Hey everyone, it's me, Traveler Lily, here back with another YouTube video here on my channel. I know it's been several months since I have posted a YouTube video on my channel, and I have a good reason for it, and that is because I kind of was lacking in video ideas, and I just didn't really feel motivated to record anything, and I just felt like I didn't want to record anything for several months, and I just needed a break for, oh, sorry, that is my cat. She loves to talk with me whenever I'm talking about something, so you might hear her throughout the video meowing. Anyway, yeah, I've just been inactive for a while because I needed a break from YouTube and the lack of video ideas for me to post on my channel, so I hope all you guys can understand that. I thought for my first video here on my channel after my 4-month-long break would be Confessions, The Paris Mysteries by James Patterson and Maxine Pedro. This is the third book in James Patterson's Confession series. There are 4 books in total. Again, this is the third book, so if you haven't read the first 2 and this one, or if you haven't read all 4 of them, then I would highly recommend you go back, pause this video, and read the books, so that way you can come back and discuss it in the comments. Anyway, the book basically starts off right after the events of the second book, where our main character Tandy, who is a 16-year-old heiress, but she's also having a knack for being a detective, and I'm so sorry, that's my cat. She loves joining in on my conversations. So, if you haven't read the first 2 books, I'm not going to really spoil anything for those first 2, in case you haven't, like I said, if you haven't read those books. Anyway, Tandy, after the second book, discovers her boyfriend is alive, and that, she ends up basically spending the day with him before they have to get separated, and before James has to deal with his father, who doesn't want him and Tandy to be together. And so basically what happens is that Tandy and James end up spending the night together in a hotel together. And hang on, guys, my cat wants to... I'm sorry. Lots of delays there. Anyway, like I was saying, she basically ends up spending the night with James at this hotel, and she ends up going back to her uncle's place, because that's where her and her siblings are living at, until they can get to their life together, and whatever. And so basically, Tandy never hears from James again through basically the entirety of the book. We don't really hear from James again until the end of the book, which I'll get to later. So anyway, mostly this book is about Tandy trying to figure out what really happened to her older sister, Catherine, who had died in this terrible accident many years before the events of the first book. And it's just basically her trying to deal with all these different problems, like her brother, one of her brothers, moving back to New York or LA, something like that, to be an actor or something, and then like her twin brother dealing with him starting up in music, and him kind of, I don't know, doing some weird like music side job thing while dealing with the bills that their parents gave them, and then her younger brother is like disappearing for one day after, I don't know, I don't remember what it was, like he ran off or something like that. And while all that is happening, she is also trying to figure out like if her Uncle Peter had something to do with her sister's murder or whatever. So to be honest, it really wasn't much of the Paris mysteries so much as it was the Paris mystery, because like really all we got was one mystery, to be honest, and not like several, because like it was just her trying to figure out who or what really happened to her older sister Catherine basically throughout the entire book, the entire time she's in France. So like I don't know. I just feel like the title's just really misleading on that, because it's not really much of mysteries, because it's so much a mystery. But anyway, yeah. Basically, she basically finds out that her uncle has, I forget what it was. He had something to do with it, and like he was trying to like kill her or something. He had something to do with Catherine. Because I read this book a while ago and didn't really like it, but anyway, she finds out her uncle did really have something to do with it, and that her older sister's like boyfriend had survived, and he kind of tells her what happened, and then we found out near the end of the book that her older sister, Catherine, is really alive, and that she was in hiding this entire time for several years, because she was being, hunted down by her uncle, because the uncle's hunting her down, so she couldn't really, get close to Tandy and the rest of her siblings. So Tandy ends up, being totally shocked by all this, because obviously, she found out that her sister is alive, her uncle had something to do with it, and she's having all these like family issues, and on top of that, she's not really hearing from her quote-unquote boyfriend, and she isn't really talking to like her best friend CJ, who I will also mention as well within this video. So she discovers that like I said, her sister's alive, and then her sister leaves because obviously her sister has to keep moving. Her sister can't get caught. So Tandy and her family end up moving back to like New York, where so basically what happens after Tandy goes back to New York is that she ends up visiting her friend CJ after she gets back, and she ends up discovering that her best friend CJ and James are having, I guess, a relationship, an affair behind her back, and that they didn't tell her. And so CJ, it was basically, this book was one giant cliche after another, and stuff, and that it was like, in the sense that it was like really predictable, particularly when Tandy finds out that James and CJ have a relationship, because I felt like he just added in there just to throw, I don't know, personally, I just felt like he was trying to throw drama around, like, not drama around, but, like, fit some sort of, like, oh, my boyfriend's cheating with my best friend trope in there, but, I don't know. So, anyway, Tandy, obviously is upset by all of this, along with the fact, that she's obviously having, psychological issues, and with all that's going on and stuff. So Tandy runs out of the house after telling James that she never wants to see him. After telling James and CJ is what I meant to say. That she never wants to speak or talk to them again. You know, she wants nothing to do with them, basically. And ends up, almost getting killed by, like, these mysterious, like, people, whoever, who may or may not have been sent by Uncle Peter or by James' father, whoever. And so, at the end of the book, Tandy is sent to, like, this, rehab center where CJ tried to apologize. Yeah, her best friend CJ tried to think of some, sorry-ass excuse. Sorry if I, swore. But, I just really don't like this book. To try to be friends with her again. And, yeah, that's basically where the third book left off at. I know it was kind of a mess, but to be honest, I didn't really like this book at all. I just didn't like it personally. I gave it like a 2.0 star rating. Because, to me personally, it wasn't really that good. And, like I said, it had a whole bunch of cliches. Like, it wasn't that, like, personally speaking, it wasn't that interesting. Nor did it feel like much of a mystery novel, just because, you only had one mystery, and, like, you could kind of see where it was going, within the book as well, because obviously, like I said, it was just way too predictable, and the fact that it had so many cliches to it, like, the new, like, her trying to, adjust to, like, a new country, and her trying to, rebuild relationships between each of his siblings, and, I don't know, like, it just felt like, it just felt poorly written, in my opinion. And the fact that, the only, like, real plot twist of it was that, Catherine was still alive, but at the same time, you could kind of see that coming too a little bit, because, because with all, like, the clues and stuff within the book was kind of leading up to her, being alive, and I don't know, like, like, you could definitely tell that they were trying to make it, like, this big thing, like, this big reveal, but, like, honestly, I don't know, like, I just wasn't like, oh my gosh, like, she's alive or anything, like, it just, I don't know, it felt lackluster, and at the same time, we don't really know much about Catherine, aside from what little information we had gotten from, like, the previous two books, and throughout, like, the third book as well, so, like, honestly, I don't know, it just felt really lackluster, and the fact that they really forced the whole James is cheating on, like, with the best friend trope, like, I don't know, like, honestly, James wasn't there throughout most of the book anyhow, so, like, we didn't really know much about his character to begin with anyhow, especially since he wasn't really mentioned a whole lot throughout, the first two books as well, so, like, we didn't really get to know him as a person, whatsoever, so it didn't really make that much of a, like, of, like, an emotional, like, connection, or, like, blow or whatever, to when you did find out that, I'm so sorry for my dog's barking, for when he did, admit to cheating on Tandy with CJ, and, I am sorry there's so much noise within this video. I'm sorry. And so, I don't know, like, I definitely didn't think it was, like, the strongest out of, the books, of the books I've read within the series. And plus with Tandy, throughout most of, like, the book, which I forgot to mention as well, that, she kind of just, other than her trying to figure out who killed her sister and what really happened to her and all that, you just found her moping around, missing James, who you could clearly tell throughout most of the book isn't into her anymore, and just isn't interested in her, and he just, slept with her once and then never, called her or texted her again. It was clearly obvious he wasn't into her anymore whatsoever. And the fact that CJ came up with the excuse that she missed Tandy and had a hookup with the guy who she knew Tandy liked and still had feelings for after all that time, I don't know, it just seemed really stupid. Honestly, I just felt like, with CJ, from what I remember, I don't think we really got much of CJ anyhow, throughout, the series anyway, so, why are you trying to force it, within the book? I just personally felt like this book was one of the weakest. That's my cat. It was definitely one of the weakest out of the series, and I definitely felt like the series could have been a duology rather than 4 books, because from what I've seen, a lot of people didn't really seem to like the 3rd and 4th books, and felt like the 3rd and 4th books shouldn't have, have been written, and that we could have probably gone a duology or just had one book and it would have been fine. And I can see why, just because I kind of agree with them on that point, just because it could have been a duology. The books would have been really thick and super long, but it would have been fine. And it would have been fine as a duology, and stuff, because a lot of it was just needless information that you could have easily gotten within a duology, or gone within a novella, and it would have been fun. I don't see how this qualifies as a 3rd book when nothing much happened other than her figuring out what happened to her sister. And her finding out that her boyfriend cheated on her. That's literally the only thing. I don't know. Anyway, this video's gone on long enough. Hope you guys enjoyed my little rant about this book. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. So, yeah. Bye, guys.